Hello and welcome to Where Review. It's Halloween time and you know what that means. Aw yeah, nothing says Halloween like costumes that don't quite fit in empty candy bowls. Well, I guess there's one more thing that says Halloween even more for me. Rewatching old Halloween episodes from a show I used to watch as a kid. Of course, only some of these were actually aired on Halloween, but they are all involving werewolves and Halloween-ish things. I usually just have them saved on the DVR, taking up space until the next Halloween. Anyways, let's get started with the reviews. Let us go through the basic structure of a Jimmy Neutron episode and check off all the various story beats. Jimmy Neutron, boy genius, creates a thing. In this case, it is a machine that makes people look like monsters. Everything goes great, yay, until everything goes wrong. No! Turns out the machine was set too fine and changes his friends into actual monsters. Ooh boy. Jimmy then has a big brain moment and solves everything just in the nick in time. For example, maybe he turns himself into a monster and captures his friends just before they get killed by the town's angry mob. That'll work. Roll credits. Now, of course, I wouldn't talk about this if one character did not turn into a werewolf, and in that case, this character would be Sheen. Okay, I'll be honest, I've never liked Sheen. He was fun sometimes, but mostly he was just stupid and annoying, which was only further explored in the terrible spin-off show Planet Sheen. Also, what kind of idiot can relate to Sheen? I mean, he's just sort of weird and wacky and...
Sheen, I have 101 other monsters!
I know, Jimmy, but it's been my lifelong dream to be covered in hair.
No comment. In either case, Sheen's werewolf design is pretty good, though I will say the design for She-Wolf Libby could have been a little more dynamic, but it gets the job done. Also, the scene where Sheen infects Libby is very funny.
I need meat!
Well, don't look at me, I'm a vegetarian.
I knew it! Carlo for $2. He thought you were a Republican.
In fact, the show itself is pretty funny for the most part. There's a little awkwardness to it that makes every joke feel like someone should have gone over the script again, but other than that, it's fun. On to the next show. As the episode title says, Ben Wolf. Ben turns into a werewolf. Sort of. See, he definitely changes into a wolf-like creature, but we find out at the end that it was just an alien, like all of his other transformations. So, do I count this as werewolfy enough to talk about? Of course I do. The dude gets distinct transformation phases. This is surprisingly rare. Most shows can't be bothered to draw a scene of transformation, much less actually design the stages of a whole process. I love it. The episode itself is about an alien stealing communications from a Native American reservation. This alien happens to look like a werewolf. In one fight scene, it also happens to bite and scratch Ben. Ben starts turning into a werewolf-like alien while the rest of the Scooby Gang are making plans on how to cure him. There's some lava and more fighting with the werewolf. Eventually the episode ends only because it has to, with Ben's transformation being the only thing that really gets resolved. Well, there is one thing. Through the first half of the episode, Ben acts like a total idiot to this one girl because he wants to impress her. From the midpoint onward, he acts like a dog and constantly gets her dirty. And when Ben asks her if she wants to do the thing all generic male protagonists think about when a hot girl is on screen, she basically says she would rather be in a relationship with an actual werewolf. Damn. There's nothing more to say to that.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command!
Did you know that Buzz Lightyear got his own movie and TV show? I did. I used to watch it all the time because it was a blast. It also had the most fun it could with name puns. Hey Joe, what do we call the energy-draining vampire? How about... Nose for A2. Genius, Joe. Genius. As such, the robotic werewolf is named Wirewolf. Of course, By the way, this one is a double feature because while the first episode, lovingly titled Wirewolf, is a classic, the second episode, Revenge of the Monsters, is the one that I remember the most as a kid. The episode Wirewolf is about a space ranger named Ty Parsec, who gets attacked by Nosferatu. You know what? I'm just going to call him Nose from now on because I'm tired of saying his entire name already. Okay. Buzz comes to the site to help Ty deal with Nose, but Ty isn't happy about that. See, Ty absolutely hates Buzz, but Buzz is completely unaware of this resentment. Eventually, this comes to a head when Ty is bitten by Nose and begins to turn into the titular Wirewolf, because while Wirewolf is completely content with eating other robots for fun, deep down, he still really hates Buzz Lightyear, and attacks him with little remorse. In the end, the solution to the problem is, get this, blow up the moon which is causing the transformation in the first place. Brilliant. Makes perfect sense. But this still doesn't cure Ty. So when in Revenge of the Monsters, Nose places a chunk of radioactive moonstone around Ty's neck, he transforms back into Wirewolf. Then the real fun starts because Nose makes a machine that turns other people into werewolves. The dream! We get to see artists have to design unique characters based on this thing. Heck yeah. Let's look at some. Oh, Mara, rocking it with the chrome. Oh my goodness, little green wirewolves. Oh no, Nebula looks a little green around the eyes. Of course, Buzz Lightyear saves the day by destroying the Moonstone and everybody returns to normal. But I do have one thought at the end of it all. We hear OG Wirewolf whine in Ty's voice. Like he's legitimately groaning, and it makes me wonder if you could just rewrite some code and make wirewolves just act like their normal selves again. I guess the world will never know. Like the last show, K&D's werewolf storyline also takes place in two parts, with the first part being an introduction to the concept of a homework-eating were-dog, and the second being about the source of the problem. Basically, the honor society in the school has been turned into were-dogs, which, of course, because this is Kids Next Door, naturally means that they consume homework for sustenance. In the first episode, titled Operation Hound, Number 5 is attacked by what she thinks is a dog. The dog comes out of her classmate Valerie's house, but Valerie, being a snooty rich girl, denies such allegations. Her dog is innocent. You see, Valerie does indeed own a dog, but it is, well, adorable. As Valerie points out, Number 5 is failing to see something painfully obvious. Her dog didn't attack her. Valerie did. In the ensuing fight, we learn that badly done homework is poisonous to were-dogs, thanks to Number 4's stupidity and inability to write a school report. The second episode, titled Operation Doghouse, revolves around the fact that their teacher, Mrs. Thompson, is queen of the were-dogs, and turns Number 5 into one, so that Number 5 will steal her friend's homework. This works out swimmingly until Number 4 comes to retrieve his homework. With the power of terrible math and the accidental help of were-dogified Number 5, Miss Thompson is saved from her were-dog curse put on her by her angry ex-husband. All's well that ends well, I guess. K&D was a good show. It had good fights and usually had interesting gadget designs. There are a lot of transformation scenes in this episode, some of the rapid cut variety, others of the Taylor Swift Shake It Off variety. Speaking of purposely contrived segues, for the final show in this combo review, let's talk about one I didn't like. Now here's the thing, I definitely watched Big Time Rush, but I didn't like watching the show. I thought it was kind of obnoxious that every band had to have a TV show, but at the same time I kinda liked the music. However, I made one exception to this kind of feeling when it came to Big Time Rush, because Big Time Halloween was made of madness. Unadulterated madness. You have a zombie trying to get his body parts back from a dog, a vampire trying to date a vampire hunter while she is, well, see for yourself.
Want a kiss?
Yeah.
And a plot to make them all normal humans that sends Frankenstein's Carlos on a rampage. But the werewolf and star of our review show is Kendall. He spends most of the episode trying to hide the fact that he's a werewolf from his normal human girlfriend, Jo. What a name. On the night of a full moon. The same night he has a concert, of which Jo says she's going to attend. No points for guessing how badly his plan goes. Here's the kicker. When he finally comes clean about it near the end, she says,
Duh! Why do you think I always bring a frisbee when we hang out?
yeah, honestly, I don't know what he was expecting. The other boys are out and out monsters. Everyone knows they are. Why does Kendall think his girlfriend won't know he is one as well? Also, despite the full moon, apparently werewolves slowly transform over the course of the night, and not all at once. In most TV shows, that usually only happens when it is their first time transforming ever. Not that I'm complaining. I like a good slow burn transformation as much as the next guy. But that ending design, it doesn't look the best. And I think it's mostly in the mouth. The bright pink lips are weird when surrounded by the face paint. Oh well. It's still something I used to watch every year because it was just so maddeningly insane. And that is the end of our cluster bomb of kids show werewolves. It was fun looking back on shows I stopped watching years ago. If you enjoyed and want to know when I upload the next video, click subscribe, and I will see you then. As for now, I have some very early trick-or-treaters to eat.